X, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
The champ is here. Man, I know you didn't sleep more than 2 seconds last night, but how does it feel just knowing that you played the game, you did what you said to do, and you won the entire season?
It feels amazing. You set out with the goal, you set out with the plan to, see it all come to fruition is it's a great feeling. And I'm just kind of overwhelmed with everything that's going on. I still think I haven't had time to really sit down and let it hit me, but I'm taking it all in.
Did they let you walk away with all those the comics, the BB comics behind you?
I mean, I'm working some angles to see if I can snag one or two, but I don't know if they're going to let me get away with that. So,
what an incredible season. Now, can we just say, first of all, hats off and brush your shoulders off. The Cookout did what they set out to do, made history, one of the greatest alliances in the history of the series, not just the season, the entire series. That is monstrous. I don't know if anything's ever going to come close to that, Xavier, honestly.
The Cookout definitely did its thing this season, and we made history. We were covert, we were strategic. We did what we needed to do to achieve the goal that we set out. Not only did we ensure that 7 people of color made it to the final 7, but then the Cookout made it to the final 6, which ensured that Big Brother Season 23 would crown its first African-American winner, and that's legendary. We are also the only alliance of 6 to ever make it to the final 6, a feat that's never been accomplished before. I think we came to play, and when we brought it, and I think that reflected in our gameplay.
You came, you saw, you conquered. That's the way it is, man. Xavier from Big Brother Season 23, the big champ, hanging out with us. $750,000. How heavy was that check? Can you tell me how? I mean,
It's a good chunk of change. Not upset about that check, but I just want to make sure I use the money to do what I said I would do: look after my nephew, help out my family, take care of some student loan debt, and then probably look at saving and investing. I think the best thing to do now is to make sure I have money that either grows into more money, or make sure I'm not doing things to where I'm losing too much money. Just try to be smart with my money.
Now, when you told them last night, you mentioned what you did for a profession, you could see Big D almost jumping out of his seat and hitting the roof like, I knew it! And he was just,
Yeah, he was, he's one to talk, baby Jeff
right?
Frazier.
I know, your eyes popped out of your head like, and you're my friend and you didn't tell me this. It was great to watch as a fan, watching it going, wow, they're all revealing different things that we didn't know. And wow, you guys, I mean, as much as you were friends, kept a lot of secrets too, and that's the way it goes with this game. Azza, so close. I mean, what was it, 9-8 or 8-7? Did some sweat trickle down your cheek when you were like, she is neck and neck with me in this thing?
I knew Azza was going to bring it. Azza is very intelligent. I knew she was very prepared for that competition, so I knew it was like either I'm going to have to get everything right or she probably wins, and that was literally what happened. If I had missed one question, we were tied, and then there was potential for her to win, or if I had missed 2 questions, she wins. And then I may not even be sitting here. So it was a lot.
Did it ever cross your mind, you and Azza, in the final 2? And did you ever say to her, look, if I can make this happen, it'll happen? I mean, what were your thoughts? Or was it always going to be Big D?
I think for the majority, I was leaning towards Big D, but Azza played an amazing game, and Azza was always loyal, to me in the game and never really crossed me. So I even spoke with Big D and said, hey, I feel like I should consider her in some respect. Obviously, I'm still planning on honoring our final 2 deal, and Azza did tell me to honor our final 2 deal, but to not consider Azza in the game that she's played, I feel like it would be disrespectful to her game. So I gave it some consideration, but at the end, I stuck with my final 2.
I asked her this question. I said, if it was you that won that final comp, who would you have taken to final 2? And she said, I would have taken X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she told me that she would take – that's the thing about Azza. Azza is a woman of incredible integrity, high character, just an all-around amazing woman. If she gives you her word, you can stick to it, even in the Big Brother game, which is kind of unheard of. So I did have some sense of security knowing that if Azza won, I would still potentially make it to final 2. But I knew the best way to secure my place in final 2 was to win that final HOH, and I was able to pull it out. But yeah, Azza, amazing Big Brother player, even more amazing person, and nothing but good things to say about her.
Now, when you guys sent Kyle into jury, there was a bit of a confrontation. It got a little heated. And as fans, I'm watching going, it's getting a little uncomfortable. I don't know what the heck's going on. I know they're friends, and then Kylan's saying what he's saying, and you're kind of looking at him going, are you really saying what you're saying? Can you take me through that moment and let us know, is everything okay? Because I did see the hug in that finale. I mean, what are your thoughts on Kylan, what he said, and where this is going to go, this friendship?
Kylan and I had a brief discussion while on stage on finale, and I just said, hey, we need to have a conversation regarding how I perceive what you said, why it rubbed me the wrong way, what were your intentions behind what you said, to potentially maybe come to some type of understanding or maybe a sense of closure regarding that incident. Because the truth of the matter is, Kylan and myself were both a part of history, and it's not a bond that I want to just throw by the wayside. Do I think we'll be best friends? Probably not, but it's not a relationship that I would want to just kind of get rid of without at least having some type of conversation about it, because we're two grown men. We should be able to have a dignified conversation about something that happened.
So hear him out, he'll hear you out, and kind of see where things go from there, right?
Pretty much. That's where I think we're at with it right now, and that's not in a shade way. It's just kind of it is what it is, How do you feel about Tiffany, America's favorite player? Love Tiffany. Absolutely nothing but love for Tiffany. She's also a Michigander. Like, we both bring in checks back to Michigan. That's
right.
Something we feel great about. And Tiffany played an amazing game. Tiffany was, a mastermind behind the plan that kind of outlined how the cookout was going to get to the final six. She brought the plan with a chessboard to my HOH room and just kind of broke it down, what we thought she'd do. We went a little back and forth, but ultimately she came up with the plan and then had a great social game. Hannah, a closet genius.
Right? How about that revelation? I was like, what?
A closet genius. I was like, oh, baby sis, smart. Got it. Big D, amazing social game. Kylan overall had a strong game. Azza, incredible social game. I felt good about all members of the cookout. They all played an amazing game, and I wouldn't be in those final two chairs if it wasn't for every single one of them.
Fans of this game and fans of yours in particular, if you had an outlet, if you can use this next question as an outlet, and they're going to come to you and say, oh, what do I have to do? Congratulations, I want to play this game. You did it, I can do it. What do you want to say to people who look at you and go, if Xavier did this and won this, I can too, and I want to apply? What do you want to say to them?
When you're applying, one, be sure to be yourself. The casting team can sniff out anybody who's being fake. Be authentically yourself, because that's going to be what gets you cast onto the show. And then when you're on the show, play the game to your strengths. If you're someone who isn't good at competition but is really good socially, play to that. If you're someone who's a comp beast, maybe not do that so soon. Show off, maybe flex on them a little bit later. Figure out what your strategy is, preferably before you enter the house. I had a strategy before I even entered the house, and it worked to my benefit throughout the game. So just little tidbits that you can take. Watch plenty of seasons. Do research. In order to be a master of the game, you have to first be a student. So just different things that you can do to kind of give yourself an advantage before you even set foot in the house.
Final question. Take 10 seconds on this one. If All-Stars comes calling in a season or two, what does Xavier say?
I'll pick up the phone and see what they got to say. Okay. I can't guarantee that I'll be there, but we'll see. We'll see.
Congratulations on winning the entire season, the $750,000 check, doing what the cookout did. And, man, you are going to go down in history as one of the greatest players this game has ever seen. I hope you wear that like a badge of honor. And looking forward to possibly seeing you again sometime in some capacity on our TVs, my friend.
Sounds good. Thank you, man.
Thanks, X.
Take it easy.